Hi, I'm Dave, and welcome to the Gamer's Den. And now we are on turn 8 of our Mice and Mystics gameplay. And to be honest, this is actually not looking good for us in these next 2 turns. I'm really excited to see what you guys have to share with me because, to be honest, we're making some really bad rolls. We're making some bad decisions. Hopefully, I have some masters come by and try to help me out and be able to help us get out of this kitchen tunnels tile. So with that being said, I'm going to show you guys what the initiative track is looking like right now. Of course it shows Collin on there, but Collin actually is captured, so we're not going to be able to play as Collin this turn because he's captured and he's kind of incapacitated or kind of just not around for right now. Now what we are going to do is we're going to kind of skip over his turn because whenever all the minions are taken off the tile, then we can try to rescue Collin on his next turn and be able to bring him back out. So with that being said, let's go on to Maginos' turn. Maginos. And Maginos is going to have to roll for movement, so we're going to roll for Maginos' movement right here. And we get a 1. So Maginos, which can move up to a few more spaces, I think it's going to be in his best interest to be able to just stay there and just try to do something. So since he got 2 cheese last time, let's actually use one of those cheese to actually do a Mystic Bolt on the spider. So let's see what's going to happen here. So now we're going to use those 3 dice instead of just the normal 2. And we're going to attack this guy. And we don't even hit the spider, but we get 2 cheese. Since we rolled a cheese while attacking, we get 2 more cheese. Now Maginos has 3 cheese. Pretty decent for Maginos with the cheese right now. For free action, he could give some cheese to Tilda to try to help her level up, which is, yeah, let's do that. Why not? So we're gonna have Maginos give 2 cheese to Tilda to try to help her out, be able to level up next turn. So Tilda now has 6 cheese, and Maginos at least was able to do something in those regards, but for right now it doesn't seem like he's going to be able to do much attacking at this point. So at this point we're going to have to end Maginos' turn. So Maginos was not successful. He keeps grabbing cheese, but not actually really hitting the spider. So he keeps getting more and more cheese. He actually now has 2 more cheese added to his stash and stuff like that. So we'll see what's going to happen with Maginos. Hopefully some good stuff. But he was really nice enough to actually share that 2 cheese with Tilda so that on her turn, hopefully she can level up and get another healing ability. I think we're going to really want the cure ability that will actually be able to take some poison wound markers off of us. Now, like I said before, we would normally go on to Collin's turn now, but we're actually going to skip Collin because he's captured, and we're going to go on to the roaches and see what they're going to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll for this roach's movement. We're going to roll for their movement right here. Let's see, and that one gets a 2. So since this roach is already in a space with a mouse, it actually doesn't have to move. It just stays right there and stays with the mouse. It's going to attack the one that's highest on the initiative track, which would be Nez. So we're actually going to attack Nez with that roach. And we get 1 hit on Nez. Nez, luckily with his thimble helm, will be able to use 2 dice. And let's see what Nez can do. Aha! So Nez was able to block that hit from the roach and have additional dice right there as well. But the thing is that, so Nez was able to successfully defend against that roach. Now we're going to go on to this one. So this one, roll for movement, 2, but since the roach is already in a space with these mice, that roach will attack the next mouse on the initiative track, which is Tilda. So now this roach will attack Tilda, and it will get one hit on Tilda. And Tilda luckily has 2 defense dice that she can use to defend herself. Let's see if Tilda can defend. Aha! Awesome. So Tilda is able to block that hit, take that hit out, and be able to survive this turn. Whew! Awesome. So now the roaches now will end their turn. Okay, so we did pretty good. We were able to defend ourselves against these roaches. They weren't able to really do much to us, which is great. And from what it looks like, we're able to at least defend ourselves. Now let's see if we can actually strike back at these roaches. So first we'll see how Nez is going to do. So now we're on to Nez's turn. Okay, so I think some people might be thinking, all right, let's try to go for that spider. I'm actually not going to go for that spider. But first, let's roll for movement. So Nez gets a 2. Okay, because he gets a 1 in the dice, plus 1 movement value, he gets 2. He is going to stay on that space. He's not going to move, and he's going to do something called Thunder Squeak. So finally we get to use that awesome ability that Nez has. And I'll show you guys the card right here. You may use this ability when attacking with a blunt weapon. All minions on the same space as this mouse are affected by that attack. Roll defense separately for each minion. The cost of this ability is equal to the number of minions on the space. So luckily, Nez has 3 cheese. So we're going to use 2 of those cheese. And what we're going to do is actually attack these 2 roaches with Nez's hammer. So let's see what Nez does. Oh. 1 hit. So Nez only gets 1 hit on the roaches, and he gets a cheese. So we're going to give a cheese back to Nez. So now he has 2 cheese. And now let's see, the first roach will roll to defend against this attack, and it blocks it. So let's say this roach blocked it, and now the second one will roll to defend, and it blocks it. So this Thunder Squeak was fully useless. Now it's going to go on to Tilda. Wow. I really thought that Thunder Squeak was going to have more power behind it than it actually did. That was probably one of the most sad Thunder Squeaks I've seen in a long time. It wasn't really a Thunder Squeak. It was kind of like a kind of a mild squeak, if you want to call it that. So only 1 hit on those roaches, and they're each able to defend, and they only have 1 defense dice. That was just such a bad turn for us. So Nez wasn't able to really do anything. Things aren't really looking good for us right now going into the next turn, but hopefully Tilda will be able to do something. So we'll see what Tilda's going to do. So now we're on to Tilda's turn. Let's roll for Tilda's movement. She gets a 1. Okay, 1 plus her 2 of movement. She can move up to 3 spaces. Remember, Tilda already has a wound on her, but she also has that 6 cheese that she can cash in to level up. There are a few healer abilities that are within our stash here. So we have First Aid, which can go to any class of hero, and you can use this as a free action. Remove 1 wound marker from a mouse that is on the same space as this mouse. Healers pay 1 less cheese to use this ability. First Aid can only be used once per turn. There's also Fortify, which costs 2 cheese. You may use this ability anytime during this mouse's turn. All mice on the same tile as this mouse add 1 to their defense until this mouse's next turn. And then you have Cure. You may use this ability as an action. Spend up to 3 cheese. For each cheese spent, remove 1 poison wound marker or 1 effect marker from a mouse on the same space as this mouse. So we have a few options here that we can have Tilda use as a level up ability. I'm going to actually use Cure. So I'm going to cash in those 6 cheese and give Tilda the Cure ability. So we're going to cash those in. She also now has Major Heal and the Cure. And now it's going to be up to what she's going to do for her main action. I think it'll be best if we at least try to take down this spider. This spider is going to be our next big threat. If we can actually take it down, that'd be great, or at least put another wound on it. So Tilda's going to attack that spider. And she's going to hit the spider for 1, and she gets 2 cheese. So Tilda automatically gets 2 extra cheese added to her card, and she gets 1 hit on the spider. We'll have to see how the spider does in defense. Ooh, okay, so the spider does not defend against that hit. It gets a cheese added to the minion wheel, so now we have 2 cheese on the minion wheel. But that 1 hit gets through, and we're able to put another wound on that spider marker. So that spider now has 2 wounds. So that's pretty good. That's just 1 more, and it's done for. Tilda is able to kind of put a little bit more weakening on that spider. Hopefully we'll be able to take out this spider next turn. Now we're going to see what that spider is going to do. So, okay, so we're able to at least put another wound on that spider. We're chipping away at it. It's just little by little by little. We're able to chip away at this spider. It is really tough. Really tough to take this spider down. I just can't believe just how many bad rolls have been going our way. Ever since the very first turn, awesome, things getting done. Now, it's getting increasingly difficult, more and more difficult as time is going on. And I'm just really nervous about us being able to get off this tile. So, with that being said, let's move on to the spider's turn. So we're going to see it's going to roll for movement. It gets a 2. It doesn't need to move because it's already in a space that can attack a mouse. And it's going to use 2 of its attack die to strike Nez, since he's the highest one on the initiative track. And this spider is going to attack Nez for, of course, 2 hits. Any less than 2 hits. So those 2 hits are going to go towards Nez. Now Nez does have 2 defense dice because of that nice thimble helm helping him out. And he will roll. Ooh, okay. So he will block one of those hits, but 1 does get through. So now we're going to have to add another poison wound to Nez. So now Nez has 2 poison wounds. So with all this done, we're going to end the spider's turn. Oh, boy, oh. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh. So at least we're able to block one of those hits from the spider. That would have been really devastating if we got 2 more hits on Nez. Luckily he has 4 health, but now 2 of those wounds are poison wounds. But now that Tilda has leveled herself up, maybe now, she got the cure ability. Maybe now we can actually be able to remove some of those wounds next turn. Maybe kind of suggestion to you guys to kind of put that into the comments and kind of let me know what you guys think should be done with Collin and Tilda. So with that said, with that turn over, with the spider's turn over, the situation is looking terrible for us. The mice are just missing. They're I don't know if it's just because the tunnels are dark or they can't see, or something else is going on at this moment, or because they're surrounded, it's just hard to focus. But all our mice are having a hard time getting any hits on these minions and be able to try to take them down. And to be honest, this is looking like a really bad turn for us going into turn 9, because we've already been on this tile for almost 3 or 4 turns. Any more turns on this tile, it's gonna get a little more difficult for us, kind of going into the further journey. So we'll see if we can be able to actually even go into the kitchens after this. I'm hoping we can at least try, but looking at this, it does not look good for us at this time. So I'm going to leave it to you guys. Hopefully you guys can help me be able to take down this spider and roaches. Maybe you guys have some strategies that you didn't see me use and you kind of want me to try out. Maybe some character combinations and those sorts of things that you think might work out for me really well. But with all of this said, I hope you folks enjoyed, and I hope you have a wonderful day.